And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of the broadcast. We just wrapped up with 3 qualifying matches, and we have 3 more matches to go. Up first, we have Rogue versus Classic. Classic, he just went down to Maru in a best of 3. It was a close one. It was intense. It was also a short series, to be honest. Like, it was non-stop 2 base ults. Just non-stop aggression out of Maru, and Classic was able to keep up for some of it, but not for all of it. And that leads us here into our PVZ. And we'll see if Classic can try to shut Rogue down before he can reach his final form. For those that have been watching Rogue as of late, he does have a certain style when it comes to his matchups against Terran and against Protoss. His ZvZ is more chaotic and more intense. I love seeing Rogue in ZvZ. Like, he's very intense and very intentional, and there's a lot of like intricate plays that come into play. When it comes to his other matchups, his goal is usually Lunkers. it's usually, can he make it? Can he slow the game down, get into lurker play, and then play from there, and then really kind of hit his stride, and then really kind of hit his final form? That's typically how he plays out a lot of these matches, but some of the maps are more conducive to that, some of the maps less so. So we'll see. We'll see as we are jumping into game 1. Game 1 is going to be on ley lines. Let's go. Let us go. Likewise, featuring our second Zerg of the night, Shin did fail to qualify earlier versus Hero. We'll see if we can get our initial Zerg player into that GSL. We'll see, as of course we have in the top right hand corner our South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing his new team, Virtus Pro. It is Classic. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the opponent. We have the red Zerg player representing Team Falcons. It is Rogue. Here we go. Sad to see how Reina will do in GSL this time. 100%. Like, it's always exciting whenever there are foreigners in GSL, whether it's Reina, Scarlet, Juanito, Special, sort of. Always exciting. Clem, always exciting to see some players travel to compete, to improve. Always exciting. We'll get there, we'll get to Reina. For now, you see Rogue, he moves out. He moves out with his first drone. He does not expand on the low ground. He's going for the hash block here at the natural. So cheeky opener out of Rogue. Now, this is not an all-in. Bear that in mind. There's no spawning pool. There's no pool. There's no gases. This is a hatch block. This is only designed to delay the economy of his opponent. It is the equivalent of the pylon block. So it's more expensive, of course, but it's what Zerg players have come up with. So we get a pylon block at the natural base of Rogue. Rogue hatch blocks the natural base of Classic. And from here, Rogue is going to be forced to take the unnatural natural. Oh, he might be. Pylon is cancelled. He's going back in. Up! And he won't be able to get the hatchery. Force her down the gas geyser gas into spawning pool before the expansion. Rogue, he wants that natural base. He wants it. Another pylon block. Meanwhile, across the map, 5 boys pulled off the mineral line. They can focus down at that hatchery. Zeld is on the way, and eventually this hatchery will be cancelled. The hatchery is going to be cancelled, and then Classic can expand. But again, this is delaying the economy quite heavily for the Protoss. Oh, is a pylon fit? Oh god, pylon finishes. And Rogue, he's forced to expand elsewhere. This is a late expansion Rogue. This is a rough start. He does go for the eBay block behind this, or the Evo chamber block, I should say. So cancels the hatchery, throws down the Evo chamber, force to cancel once again. But again, this is quite late. This is a very late expansion. You can see the abundance of minerals that Rogue has. Like, it's just a really shaky and really messy start. Rogue was doing everything he can to take his natural base, and he was denied it. In the main, he attempts the gas steal. He attempts to. For those that are curious, you cannot actually throw down a gas geyser if there's an enemy unit in position, or I mean a unit in position in general, to block. So Classic, he protects his gas geyser. Does protect. Likewise, the pylon's still up and running as well. Link speed is on the way for Rogue. And the pylon is finally going to go down, and Rogue can finally expand at the natural. Early Roach Warren. I mean, again, like, this is just a really awkward start for Rogue. Like, late expansion, inefficient start, extra resources. He's going for the Roach Horn, he's going for a Roach Rush. Doing what he can. Oh god, this is getting out of hand. Classic, he shuts down the links. He's going for the Queen. Doesn't quite get it. The Queen is getting low. Oh, he's gonna get it. Yeah, the Queen, one more volley. What a mass! Oh my god. Yeah, one more volley. Lings are trying to keep up, but the queen does get picked off. And this is brutal. Even here, how many Lings? 7 Lings have gone down. But something important happens. No scout. No scout. 5 roaches are on the way, and Classic, because he killed the queen, because he dealt with the natural, he did not shade into the main. He doesn't know that Nolan is coming. It's all or nothing for Rogue. We have 7 roaches on the way. Lings are floating across the map. And Classic has no idea. Classic has no idea. He gets surrounded. 2 adepts are going to fall. Massive pick off. No shield battery. That's the second pylon. No shield battery to defend. Again, Classic doesn't know he needs shield batteries. Going Oracle first. Not a Void Ray. Oracle's in production. Ravagers are moving in. And Rogue, he's not droning. 0 drones for Rogue. Now Classic knows. Now he sees what's going on. He's now aware of the all-in. Adepts are getting caught out. And there's nothing. There's just nothing here. Oh, God. There's nothing at home. Roaches, they knock down the front door. Gateways are still morphing in. He can warp in 1 unit at a time. Adepts are catching some Lings. There we go. Warping in now 2 gateways. Also 2 stalkers. 2 stalkers warp in. The Oracle has arrived, going for the Ravager. And Rogue, can he break through? It's still getting close. There's the NG overcharge. Not bad. NG overcharge on the Oracle. Shield batteries are finishing. Pylon goes down. Lings are flooding in. But there is that shield battery. Boys are being pulled. And Classic, he holds. Yeah, Classic, he does hold on. A very last minute defense, but he holds on. He shuts down the all-in. And Classic takes game 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, scrambling for a defense there. Classic, he had a very last second reaction, but he was able to buy time. He was able to buy time. More importantly, he focused on the Ravagers. He caught some reinforcements, and he was able to allow time for the shield battery to finish up as well. Again, it was a very shaky game from the very beginning as well. Like Rogue, he never intended to go for an all-in, but he was forced into it, and in the end, GG. GG, well played. We're now getting into game number 2. Whew, let's go. We're getting into game 2. All these games are so damn aggressive. They have been, right? Like, it wasn't just Maru all-inning last time, but it was Gumiho as well. Gumiho was also going for all-ins. Actually, yeah, he did non-stop all-ins against Hero. We'll see if we can embrace a longer mid-game here. As we're loading into one of the larger maps of the map pool and spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Team Virtus Pro, leading the series 1-0. It is Classic. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Team Falcons. It is Rogue. Here we go. As once again, Rogue, he does rock up with another hatch block. So similar to the previous game, he comes in with a hatchery block here at the natural. Hatchery is thrown down. And this time, we'll see if Rogue can expand, because he was denied this space for so long. Again, remember, Rogue, I should emphasize this just because there's a bit of a conversation happening in the chat. Rogue, he never intended all-in. Like, that was not the intention of his build last game. He was forced into it, and it was a very inefficient all-in because of that. Now, he expands. Let's go. He expands. Now he can embrace a longer macro game. With a hatchery before gas, before pool. Let's go. This time, no pylon block. This time, there is no block. This time, Rogue can get comfortable. We go. Korean always more macro-oriented compared to cheesy microwave style Korean style. Kind of. That's like partially true. I would say, and I think most of the European pros would agree with this statement, what's most scary when it comes to whenever we get like these European versus Korean matchups, I think what's scariest is that it's more so that Koreans are willing to go for cheese and willing to go for aggression and willing to go for all-ins at a moment's notice. The scary thing about a lot of Korean players is not that they cheese, it's that they can cheese and that they're willing to mix it into a standard series. Whereas I would say for a lot, not all, but for a lot of the Europeans, it's less so the case, where they would prefer to play out a normal standard game, and because of that, they can be a little bit more predictable as a result. Whereas Korean players have more of that unpredictability, that factor, that X factor, which does make things more difficult to play against. If they're only cheesy, then it's easier because you can just play safe. What's more difficult is that they mix it in, right? And again, that's like a general statement. Obviously, there are exceptions to the rule. Of course. As for now, we are going to be settling in. We have our Stargate opener here out of Classic. Likewise, double that towards the natural. Likewise, just being as annoying as possible. Again, Rogue having a much more comfortable start this time, joining on up, saturating, building up his natural. As Classic does pull away. And welcome one all to Amygdala. As we mentioned before, Amygdala is one of the larger maps in the map pool, longer rush distance by ground, more secure 4-base setup, and the chances of us getting a late game here is more likely. I say that tentatively, just because again we've seen nothing but all-in so far in this broadcast. Every game so far that we've covered has led into an all-in, but I want to say that here we're kind of leading away from that. I mentioned at the start of the series that Rogue, he's not really too much of an aggressive player. Rogue, he thrives in the mid to late game. He thrives when he can get into his lurker tech, when he can max out, when he can slow the game down. That's where Rogue can really be terrifying, specifically in ZvP. So we'll see if he can get there. Of course, Classic is not the most passive player either. Ooh, as we're going for the initial lair, so that's going to be a 4:30 lair timing, earlier lair out of Rogue. And we'll see what this leads into. We could try to take extra gases and try to go for fast Spire play. This could just be for Ling Hydra, for a more Hydra heavy composition. Bearing in mind there's no Eva chamber, no +1 melee. So this could be fast Hydrogen into Eva chamber +1 range into faster lurker tech. We'll keep it on Rogue. So he's poking in. Still saturating, double Oracle across the map. Now these Oracles, they should get into the main and they should scout the lair timing. As they get a couple of drones, 2 workers going down. Check saturation at the 3rd. Lings, they collapse on top of the 3rd base as well. Ooh, 1 Oracle goes down, big overextension. And I see more Lings. Do we go for something like a Nidus all in? Yeah, we're keeping our eyes open. No tech, more Lings on the way. This does feel like Nidus play. Yeah, there it is. Nidus Worm is being thrown down. Now, Classic, he has seen a little bit of what's going on, but he's going to be forced back home. He's forced all the way back home. We have a Ling Queen Nidus all in on the way, and Classic, he has no confirmation. Again, he was forced back. He saw lack of gases. He did not see the lair. If he saw the lair, that would have been a tell, considering there was no other tech. But Classic, he did not go in. He did not go further in. Link's coming in for the surround. And we were like, yo, we could see a longer game on Amygdala. No, no shot. It's not happening. Not here. And again, Classic is in the dark. We go Nidus into the main. Classic, he doesn't see. No vision. No vision in the main base. Aye, aye, aye. The gateways are not done. And the queens are coming in. He's going for it, Pappy. He's sending it. Gateway's now done. Boys are being pulled. The queens do pop out. And the Nidus Swarm does complete. At the same time, Lings, they hit the 3rd. Production's under fire. We have yet to really embrace Blink. Going for the pylons, going for the production. Depowers everything in the main. And Classic is distracted at the 3rd. Trying to keep up. Lings, they flood into the natural. Shield batteries are on the way. Coming in for the surround. Does look away the army. Does look him away. Lings, they go back into the 3rd, getting more economic damage. Probes is going to be going down. And Classic, he will defend the natural, true. Does defend the natural, but not the 3rd base. No, no shot. Every probe going to be falling. Likewise, +1 is going to be denied. Thankfully, Blink will finish. Blink is at the natural. So he will finish Blink, but he will lose the main. Lose the main base. Nidus here at the natural as well. We just hop back over from one base to the other. And again, Classic is just being torn apart. He's down to one base. And from here, Rogue, he's droning. He's droning up back at home, taking up into a Hydra den, going into Ling Hydra. All he really wants is to kill the third base. And he's moving in. Again, does transfuse, keeps the queens alive. Oh, does miss a couple of transfuse. There we go. Keeping himself going. More Lings filing in. Another queen goes down. And behind all of this, we're just droning. We're just droning. We're just saturating. Rogue is building up, taking his gases. We have a spine. Why is there a drone in the main? As we do spread creep, we have a spine crawler in the main base, denying mining here from the high ground. He does defend the base, but Rogue being cheeky here with the spine crawler. Let's go. The spine rush from the main. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. He blinks in. Can we transfuse? Does transfuse in time. And clutch transfuse. Spine crawler goes down. Classic. Eventually, he will clean this up. Eventually. Time to send another drone. Time to... God damn it. So now we're building up Hydra upgrades. Hydra range is on the way. Working up to 3-base saturation. He does bring another drone. he's an animal, Pappy. Oh, God. Brings in another drone. Another spine crawler. Let's go. It's a bit ambitious. Now he's got Hydras. Now Hydras have arrived. They're rocking in on the low ground as well. The spine crawler is going to finish. So Hydras are being surrounded. Hydras are being surrounded. The spine crawler will complete. And it's still within range of the mineral line. That's what's crazy. The queens, they still maintain themselves. We still have transfuse. Rogue, he has control of the main. And also control the mineral line. Classic trying to fight his way back up into said main base. He's trying to. Putting out more stalkers. GG gets caught. Again, he just cannot fight back. And Rogue ties up the series 1-1. Whew, we're going to the ace match. GG. And the question becomes... if we're not going to see macro and amygdala, are we going to see macro games? Are we going to see like 3-base saturation at any point tonight? Is that going to happen? Oh, no. It's looking less likely. As we're getting into the ace match here, the ace match is going to be on Ultra Love, a much smaller map in the map pool, shorter rush distance by ground. German taxis are no stranger to Ultra Love. German taxis, queen walks across the map. We've seen a lot of roach base all-ins on Ultra Love. We could see that here as well. Likewise, we could see Classic turn the tables on Rogue and be the aggressor instead. Let's go. Let's find out how the story ends as we are getting into the ace match. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, being forced into the ace match. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is Classic. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Team Falcons. It is Rogue. He heard you, Pappy. Let's go. Let's go. Ay, ay, ay. Here we go, as we are going to be settling in, and we're calming down. Can we get a late game? We'll see, we'll see. Rogue for now forcing the unnatural natural. Likewise, for the first time, Rogue, he doesn't hatch block. And you can actually see Classic in position as well. He's in position to deny the hatchery block. I don't blame him. Rogue has done it 2 games in a row, but he doesn't do it here in the ace match. So a bit of mind games. It does force some inefficiency here out of Classic because he was on patrol, where otherwise he would just be mining. So a slightly more inefficient start here at a Classic, as he was paranoid about the hatchery. And can now expand. Likewise, Classic confirms hatch gas pool, and we'll see if, I mean, I'm sure this time Classic is going to be that much more attentive here when it comes to scouting. Remember, last game, what happened? Last game, we had a 4-minute 30 lair timing, so really early lair, no gases, just purely Ling Queen on one gas geyser into Nidus play, and Classic failed to scout the main. Remember, he did not scout the main base, he did not see the early lair, which means he had no indication to check further for any tech. It would have seen nothing, which would have screamed something like Ling Queen Nidus play. So again, I'm sure Classic is that much more unnoticed this time. As he throws down the pylon, this is a setup here for a proxy, sorry, for a Stargate opener. I would imagine based on its location. Praise for Forge. I think we did cast Hero Cannon Rush last week. Yeah, I think he Cannon Rushed last week, which was crazy, by the way. But did do so. Here's an animal. Absolute animal. Not Classic though. I can't remember the last time that Classic was Cannon Rushed. Unfortunately. So now we are building up. Again, Stargate open into the Oracle, and so far everything's looking normal. So far we're just droning, we're saturating, we're expanding. This could be it. This could be some macro, papi. Are we all cheesed out? Maybe. It's been a lot of it. I'm just double checking here. We've seen all-ins. How many games in a row? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 games in a row tonight. Nothing but all-ins. God damn it. Every game in today's broadcast. I mean, I appreciate it, on one hand. Do appreciate it. So we have our Oracle opener back at home. As I did mention, Link Scout comes in, Roki does confirm the Stargate is aware of the Oracles. We're still building up. He is making an abundance of Lings, more than usual, by the way. 14 Lings on the way. No shot. Now, I believe this amount of Lings should be to deny the third. The goal should be to force a cancel, as we are making so many Lings early on, and he's not stopping. He's still making more Lings. He's going for the walk. Okay, he's going for the Queen Walker across the map. We did mention earlier how German taxis and Queen Roach all-ins are no stranger to Ultra Love. Like, we said that line verbatim at the start of the series, or at the start of this game, and here it's going to be a Ling Queen walk across the map as well. Again, the rush distance by ground is very short. This is a small map, Ultra Love is, and we're committing. We're committing to the all-in. The Queens, they're walking, they're waddling. Let's go. Queens are waddling in. Classic behind this. He is secured as natural somewhat. No shield battery, not yet. He's unaware. Classic is unaware what's going on. He has not seen the Queens. And again, this will at least kill the third, but ideally, Rogue, he wants more than just a third base. He wants the natural. Remember, no shield battery until now. Okay, now he sees the Queens. Now he sees the army. Lings are going for the third. Drone, get out of here. And then Drone rocks up. He's like, I'm here to make the spine crawlers. Like, no. Oh, a bit of a miss rally here. Yeah, miss rally, rallying drones across the map. Lings, they collapse on the third. They attempt to surround. Good position here with the Oracles. Yeah, Oracles, they punish the Lings. Nice setup there from Classic. Likewise, going for the Queens, they cannot transfuse. And these Oracles, they shut down so many Lings. Yeah, Lings are being cleaned up. The Queens are getting low. But we're running out of adepts. Likewise, Oracles, they're running out of energy. I expect too soon. There's the energy overcharger. With that, Classic, he holds. He's holding on. He shuts down every single Ling. And we have 24 or more on the way. Like, Rogue, he's committing. He's not stopping. He's not stopping. Takes over the third. And on the one hand, he is going to kill the third base. That is true, but that isn't the biggest of deals, right? Like, Classic, he can afford to lose the base. He's just trading as best he can. Shaving off as many Lings as possible. As he has killed 74 Lings. Jesus. The efficiency. 74 Lings for 11 adepts. And remember, the natural secure, we don't even throw down a shield battery, which is a little bit greedy. But no shield battery so far. Classy is confident when it comes to his natural defense. And now Rogue is droning. Now Rogue is droning up. Now, has Rogue done enough? Yes, he killed the third, but remember, Rogue, he wasn't droning this entire time. Like, Rogue, he's still down in workers. He's still down in economy. He himself was on, like, even less than a 2-base economy himself. I would say he needs more. Ideally, I would say that Rogue is able to deny the third base for a second time. As that is a lot of links. That's a lot of links. Well, 75 in the process. Speaking of, still has more links to work with. He has 44 more lings. Classic securing his third. He's setting up. Classic does head across the map at the same time. Lings, they threaten to dive, but there's plenty here to work with. Shield batteries on the way. Yeah, Classic, he is secure on 3 bases. And he's got 5 oracles to harass across the map. Oh, and he does burst off that mineral line. 1 oracle goes down. Bleeds out 1. But he does take down 10 drones in total. Aye. A lot of drones. Rogue, he's not droning. He's not droning. He's not saturating. You can see here his cutting work is at 36. He only has 3 gases. 3 gases, 36 drones, and he is going for a Roach follow-up. The all-in continues. He's not macroing. No shots. Roach's Ravagers are on the way. And Rogue, he did retain his queens at least. Takes down an Oracle. Oracle goes down. Blink is done for Classic. Things, they threaten this around. Classic leaks away. Does blink away, does Kai well. And it's being forced further back. Again, ideally, Rogue, he wants to surround these stalkers and get the piles off, but he just can't get the surround. He cannot lock this army down. Yeah, Lings are falling one after the other. The piles, they should not connect. And Rogue is running out of steam. He's running out of steam. He's running out of army. Yeah, Classic, he stutter steps in. He does focus down all the Ravagers. There's no Lings left. And Rogue, he will lose everything. Classic defends. GG. And Classic, he will take the series 2-1, qualifying for GSL. Whew. GG, well played. Rogue, he committed to the Ling Queen walk across the map, and yes, he did kill the third base, but remember, what did it cost him to kill the third? It cost him 75 Lings. 75 Lings, and he didn't even reset the adept count, didn't even kill any oracles either. The oracles, they fell later, and even then some of them, so a really nice defense there by Classic. And again, he didn't save his base, but he didn't need to. He was using his third base just to tank, just to keep the army exposed, and just to trade as best he can. Basically, the base was just a magnet there for those Lings and for the queens. And with that, Classic able to make use of that, able to use that as a resource in a way, and able to shut Rogue down. Rogue, he followed that up with a Roach all-in, but again, the trades have just been so efficient there from Classic. He finished up Blink as well, and yeah, Classic, he was in no danger after the initial failed all-in. GG. GG, well played. With that Classic, he does qualify, and Rogue, he's going to be knocked down to that last chance qualifier, to that wildcard qualifier. That'll be taking place later on in the evening, I should say. But with that, GG, well played. Classic does qualify, and now it's time for our next set of players. Now it's time for Group C. We just wrapped up with Group B. Group C is coming up next. We do have Rainer going up against Beyond. Again, Rainer, he's been in Korea for quite some time. I say quite some time. He's been in Korea for like a month, I want to say. Like a couple of weeks. I think Rainer, he went to Korea maybe the week before Sordov's wedding. I know he was there for the wedding, of course, which was a couple of weeks ago at this point. And Rainer, he has been acclimating here to Korea, and of course, was able to take part in the qualifiers. And we'll see how he compares to Beyond. Let's go. See how he does compare.